Can you beat Dead Island 2 using only your fists? In short, yeah, but get used to seeing the screen a lot in this video. In all seriousness, this video is a lot of fun, especially for me because I absolutely loved the first Dead Island when it came out over a decade ago, and I looked like this. Anyways, like any gaming challenge, there are some rules we need to follow. So first one's pretty self-explanatory, but we can only use our fists, and bare fists, so no brass knuckles, claws, or the oh so legendary fire starters. And finally, no curveballs that damage zombies. I let myself use the meat bait and chem bomb to stun and distract, but that's it. To begin this challenge, we have to choose a slayer, and it took everything in me not to choose Danny, but I ended up going with Carla because of her innate skills. A lot are beneficial for close contact and blocking zombies, which we do a lot of in this challenge. Our challenge begins with our survivors struggling to make it out of a plane crash in LA. And here it shows us the basics of the game, like how to heal, crouch, and run. And then we immediately fail the challenge.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, Danny, how could you? You're such a failure. But rest assured, right after the intro, we go in raw. Well, like, bare fists. You know what I mean. But we also do fail one more time, so sorry.
No!
Vamos, Carla.
Now we're entering the first area of the game in Bel-Air, where we're tasked with meeting up with Emma Jaunt and other survivors from the crash. We're also given our first survivor card, and one of the most important, the ability to block. A perfect block stuns the zombies, giving us the opportunity to perform a counterattack. In some cases, that can be an insta-kill. After arriving at Emma's, we meet Love Island legend Sam B. As his protege, he helps us craft an insane machete, which I sold immediately. Our next task is to find the authorities to let them know we are immune to the zombie virus. This brings us to the second area of the game, the Halperin Hotel, where the military is said to be stationed. And it was pretty easy to figure out the whole thing went to shit by the massive horde at the front door, which was pretty difficult. Inside the hotel, we hear a voice on the radio through the locked door, so we need to find the key. And after an intense battle by the pool, we finally got the key, but we unleashed her.
What's up, Doc? Can you hear me?
Oh, it's worth something, all right. We've been looking for you. Well, someone like you for our vaccine program.
Whoa. Gotta go.
Hey, wait! I need you! You have to get here! Hello? Hello? You okay? You have to get here! Can you hear me?
All right, first stance. Go.
Becky. She's our first Apex variant in the run, known as a Crusher. They're pretty slow, so they're easy to dodge, but they're tough, so the fight took a while. But with one final blow to the gut, Becky was done. After we get back to Emma's, we find out her assistant went missing, which I guess is somehow our problem. So we head after him, bringing us to our third area of the game, Monarch Studios. There were a few tricky spots here. I got my ass kicked quite a few times. But we did find Michael in no time. Only he wasn't alone.
Look out!
I got this! Hey, big
Whatever
guy.
that is, we need to kill it!
You think?
He was with Alexis Hernandez. Also, saying that made me kind of realize I have a list. Anyways, here's our second Apex variant, the Slobber. Slobbers are slow like Crushers, but a little harder because of the bile they spew at you and around them. However, this was pretty easy, even with the added zombies, and he actually died by the fire in the back, so I can't even take credit.
It's hammer time.
Before we can continue our journey, we stop to help our mentor steal some guns, only it doesn't go as planned, and we meet Nikki Gut, our third Apex variant, the Screamer. And let me just say, Screamers are so annoying. They're fast and have nasty claws if you get too close, which is just great in this challenge. But this fight was actually surprisingly easy, and she went down on my first try. And this next part of the challenge is really interesting because you're supposed to use a gun, but in our case, we gotta fist him. Well, you know what I mean. After all the zombie killing, we're brought to our fourth area of the game and everybody's favorite, the sewers. We're on our way to the Serling Hotel to meet the doctor from the radio. And here, I employed one of my favorite strategies in gaming, the running for dear life strat. Which worked pretty well until I fell into the pit of death. But we're finally able to use our Fury, which is basically what we're doing, but in sicko mode. Zombies are one-shotted and bosses go down a lot easier. Now that we have Fury mode, it's going to be extremely useful for the rest of this challenge. While exiting the sewer, I was violated by a screamer a few times, and then made my way to the fifth area of the game, Venice Beach.
Venice Beach.
There, we met up with more survivors who directed me to go through the military base on the beach to get to the hotel, but not before getting pummeled by the locals. In the quarantine zone, I used my tried and true strat and cleared the area in record time. But the final gauntlet was really, really tough, but I did beat it on my second try. On the other side of the zone, we enter our sixth area, Ocean Avenue, where we make it to the Serling Hotel and meet the infamous Dr. Reed.
Hey, it's cool. I'm looking for Dr. Reed.
Oh, you are, huh? You're not here to eat us then?
Only if I run out of snacks.
He lets us know the military is in control and that we need to prove our immunity to the virus. So we head to the CDC on the beach.
Hours on, Doc. Time to start Operation Get My Blood.
You should see a circular opening big enough to stick your arm into.
That's what she said.
After taking our blood, we enter our seventh area in Santa Monica, where we're sent to retrieve a laptop to test the sample. The fight on the pier was really hard fist only, but I gathered my composure and bullied the slobber to death. On the way to the laptop, I smacked some zombies in the arcade before arriving at the big Ferris wheel, where I was ambushed by a horde, but it was actually easy peasy.
Whoa! Wait, what?
We also made a super cute friend on the Ferris wheel, and he's a sucker for hand-holding. He's also our next Apex variant, the Butcher, or in this case, a Clown Reject. Coming into this fight, I was actually really nervous, but then I realized these guys were easier up close than I thought. And with one swift ground pound, Butcho was donezo. After delivering our blood, we have to find Dr. Reed's lab to investigate another immune person named Noah, who's also participating in the vaccine program. And inside would be the next intro to our Apex variant, but my footage from the fight was corrupted. So you'll just have to trust me on this one, and I did kill him fist only. Anyways, after that ordeal, we find out that Dr. Reed's actually a little cray-cray and killed Noah with all his experiments. On our way back to confront him, he escaped. And you guessed it, we gotta chase him. Which brings us to the metro station, which is filled with zombies and annoying variants. And I was super nervous for this last segment of the metro, but I actually ended up doing it my first try. I made sure to use Fury on any tanky bosses except for Crushers because I just love to bully them. After the battle, we head to Hollywood Boulevard to find Dr. Reed. He then tells us he used his own daughter to harvest the cure before he mutated into a mutator monstrosity, aka the Rubinator.
Wait, I'm so sorry!
Risha, it's too late! We have to go! Now!
And boy, was this boss fight tough. The game literally throws everything at you here. You have all the Apex variants and regular enemies on top of the Rubinator. And as you can imagine, I died quite a few times here before I got my shit together. But after that, he went down pretty easy and I didn't even give him the finishing blow.
It's over.
After defeating the Rubinator, we gave the one and only cure to Sambi.
Not his head, you idiot!
You see, I'll always come back for you. Got any of that pastrami?
And well, that's the end of the game. Overall, this challenge is really enjoyable, and if you ever wondered if you could beat the game using only your fist, well, you sure can. And thank you so much everyone if you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed yourself, make sure to subscribe. I make weird gaming challenges like this and stream from time to time on Twitch and YouTube. And until next time, see ya!
Too lit.